After a disappointing finish to the season, the Arizona Cardinals are slated to select what will hopefully be a future NFL star at number 23 in the upcoming NFL Draft. Depth of roster was a concern throughout last season, and there are plenty of positions that could benefit the next iteration of the team. There are two positions of need that could really stand out and could help the rest of the team if Keim hits on this year's picks. The interiors of both the offensive and the defensive line need work, and there are four players in particular who I think could help take those positions to the next level. Let's talk about Kenyon Green, guard from Texas A&M, Zion Johnson, guard out of Boston College, Devonte Wyatt, an interior D lineman from Georgia, and yet another Georgia Bulldog, another tackle, Jordan Davis. Let's get into it. The first player on my list is Kenyon Green. He's a big-bodied guard that has improved steadily throughout his 3 seasons with the Texas A&M Aggies. He has experience starting at every position along the line and would bring some valuable SEC experience to the interior of the Cardinals' offensive line. At 6'4" and weighing in at 325 pounds, Green is a huge body to put up against some of the elite interior defenders in the NFC West. Some of his other measurements are a 34 1/8 inch wingspan and 10 3/8 inch hands. He played in 35 games and over 2,100 snaps at A&M and graded out better in each successive season. In 3 years, he only allowed 5 sacks and 14 quarterback hits. Not to mention he was a consensus All-American in both 2020 and 2021. He has a great jump, and explosiveness is one of his key traits, along with the versatility and great size that I've already mentioned. He is graded well on PFF, particularly as a run blocker, an area where he was graded an 83.6 in 2021. There's a lot of buzz tying Green to the Cardinals, and in my opinion, this could be an excellent pick at 23. The next player on my list is another interior offensive lineman who I think could immediately improve the Arizona Cardinals roster, Zion Johnson out of Boston College. Johnson is similar to Green in many ways, including overall size and movement. He is not as quick on the get-off as Green, but is an equally talented run blocker who is also graded better in pass blocking over his college career. Johnson has played the same amount of college games as Green, 35, and almost 3,000 snaps. In 3 seasons, he allowed a total of 3 sacks and 9 quarterback hits, which helps highlight why he's an elite talent at the guard position. One of Johnson's key traits is consistency. He rarely makes mistakes, and his grading has improved in each successive season of his college career. He has a great frame that lends itself well to both pass and run blocking. He is also incredibly versatile, having spent his entire second season at left tackle for Boston College. Johnson's draft stock is quickly rising after a dominant showing in the bench press portion of the NFL Combine, where he recorded 32 reps, best among all offensive linemen and currently best among all players who have worked out so far. Johnson should be there at 23, but it's highly unlikely he drops into the second round. If the Cardinals are serious about shoring up the interior of the offensive line, Kenyon Green and Zion Johnson present 2 serious opportunities to do that. Moving on to the defensive line, there are 2 options that could improve the Arizona Cardinals' defense. The first to look at is Devonte Wyatt out of the University of Georgia. Wyatt is a 6'3", 315-pound tackle who just won a national championship as a Georgia Bulldog and was given all SEC and All-American honors during the 2021 season. With only 5 career sacks and 11 quarterback hits, it would be easy to assume he is not a great pass rusher. However, when you look closer, you see that Wyatt has been incredibly productive, mainly from the B gap, and has racked up 62 hurries at Georgia. Hurries might not be as exciting as sacks, but pressuring the quarterback is an incredibly important component of NFL defensive linemen. His pass rush win rate of 13.1% places him in the top category of college pass rushers from last season. Like Kenyon Green on the other side of the ball, Wyatt is incredibly explosive, and his first step is impressive. Most of his pass rush win rate can be attributed to his extreme athleticism, which shows in his finesse quickly working toward the quarterback. He can line up at multiple positions and still find success, which helps a rookie find a contributing role quickly on their new team. One negative that has to be mentioned is Wyatt's physicality. While a big body, he relies heavily on his finesse to win against elite O-linemen, and doesn't have a large arsenal of power moves when his quickness isn't working. All in all, however, Wyatt is a very talented interior defender that would hopefully help solidify that part of the Cardinals' defense that struggled so much in 2021. You know it, run defense. If Wyatt is there at 23, I would not mind seeing him in Cardinal red. The last player I want to highlight is another Georgia Bulldog, Jordan Davis. Unlike Devonte Wyatt, who's a rather well-balanced defensive player, Davis could become a Cardinal due to one trait and one trait alone: run defense. The frame of Davis at 6'6" and 340 pounds is undoubtedly impressive. It is no wonder that he was incredibly effective against the run while at Georgia. He has less overall playing experience than the others on this list, but the uniqueness of his physical attributes should pique the Cardinals' interest. His pass rush numbers are not particularly impressive, but as I said, it is mostly what Davis can do in the run game that makes him so interesting. In 2021, he had a 12.2% run stop rate, which is almost off the charts. Because of his size, Davis is a powerful player who is great at shedding tackles and throwing weaker offensive linemen off. It bears repeating, this guy is a run stuffer, a trait the Cardinals should be focusing on above all others after consistently embarrassing performances against the run last season. Davis is remarkably athletic for his size, as anyone who's been watching the Combine has witnessed for themselves. For a man of his size to run a 4.82 40-yard dash is almost unthinkable, yet we witnessed it with our own eyes. There are some durability and conditioning concerns with Davis that the team will want to keep in mind, but overall, Davis is an interior defensive player that will soon be going up draft boards, and someone that I expect the Arizona Cardinals will be deeply interested in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something about these 4 players that I think could really impact the Arizona Cardinals roster going into 2022. This channel is something I've thought about doing for a really long time. I've wanted to do it, and I've gotten a lot of good help along the way from a lot of people in the Cardinals community, so I'm super thankful for that. If you like this type of content and you want me to keep going, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe if you want. But if you don't, leave a dislike and let me know in the comments what I can do to make this content better for you guys. All right, till next time.